All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. Again, I'm Jason Dagate, and now we transition over from our news package to introducing you now to another candidate in the Senate District 21 seat. That's a seat that is now vacant by former State Senator Butch Gautreaux. And joining us now on the set of Bayou Time is a candidate for that seat, Mr. Bret Allain. And we want to welcome you to Houma and welcome you to the program here on Bayou Time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure. Why don't you just inform our viewers a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into your platform. Where are you from, just so everybody knows?
I am from right on the other side of Franklin, a little place called Allain, where the family farm is. Grew up in that area, went to a small Catholic school there. I'm 52 years old. Been married for 27 years to my lovely bride, Kim Allain, and we have 3 children. The oldest is just graduated med school, and we're very proud of her.
Congratulations.
She's gonna do a residency at Ochsner and Chabert in OB, and my second daughter is she's a senior at LSU in mechanical engineering, and my son is currently at LSU in agriculture.
Okay. Now, you mentioned family farm. Are you in the farming industry?
Yes. Okay. Have been for many, many years. Actually, my degree from LSU is in agriculture, agriculture and agricultural business, and have been doing that most of my life. I actually produce sugar cane, and we have a sugar mill in St. Mary Parish also, and also run most of the family land operations. We have holdings in 4 different states, so have a lot of experience making payroll, and have run businesses all of my life.
Okay. Now, we just went through a large redistricting process.
Yes.
It may be somewhat confusing to some of our viewers when we say Senate District 21. What actually does that district encompass? What parishes encompass that district?
Okay. Well, it encompasses all of St. Mary Parish.
Okay.
And we picked up new to the district a portion of Iberia Parish.
Okay.
So actually, the district in a narrow piece goes all the way to the city limits of New Iberia.
Okay.
And in Lafourche Parish, we go up the center of Canal Street, and we actually, the cathedral and the courthouse is in our district, and we go from St. Patrick's Street to Audubon Street on the LA1 side, and St. Patrick Street to Lafourche Crossing on the 308 side. Then we come further south, and we have all of Shreva, Gray, Bayou Cane, and along Martin Luther King, we come all the way down to the Civic Center. So as you can see, it's a huge district.
Yeah.
A lot of traveling, a lot of different communities, but I've enjoyed over the last year getting out and really meeting the people and seeing what everybody's concerns are. So we've enjoyed that part of it, meeting the people.
Okay, and let me ask you this. I guess at some point in time you were able to see that Senator Gautreaux wasn't going to be able to run for a term. What made you want to run for this seat?
Well, people have asked me for a long time to consider running for political office, and while I had young children and kids in high school, I wasn't going to do it. The short answer is I think I would do a good job doing it. My experience in not only in business but in state government, that I think that I have the experience and the discipline to do a good job at this. And, I'm just, look, my daddy told me a long time ago, working on the farm, that, the best tool that you have in your toolbox is not the wrench or the ratchet, it's your common sense. And I would like to take that brand of common sense, which I think there's a real lack of in Baton Rouge, and I'd like to bring that down-home common sense to Baton Rouge. And that's what I'm about.
Okay, all right. Yeah, as a candidate, and as a resident of Western St. Mary, if you will, what do you see as the main issues, from the district all the way to the city of Iberia, all the way to, Terrebonne Parish and up to Lafourche? Actually, Jason's pulling up the district right there. Is that the blue section, Jay?
The blue section,
All right,
that's
the blue
correct.
section is the district there. So what do you see the major issues in Senate District 21?
Well, I mean, there's several major issues. I think first and foremost on everybody's mind with the recent flood and the hurricanes, it's got to be protection from water. The levee systems throughout the entire district is very important to everyone. I know that's a premier issue here in Houma area, as it is all throughout the district. So I think protecting the people that live along the Gulf Coast, which we all have all of our lives, is the premier issue. Second of all, talking a little bit about my experience, I also sit on the I-49 task force. I was asked by Governor Jindal to take that and got really to see the politics of I-49, which I don't think has had a champion for many, many years now. So that would be one of my main issues when I get to Baton Rouge, is try to convince the governor, let's move forward, let's redo the task force or whatever commission he wants to make, and let's get a dedicated group of people trying to push I-49. I think that is, as far as economics in this entire area, the premier issue. Listen, you looked at the last census, all of the growth in the state, the true growth, 30–40%, was along the I-10, I-12 corridor. We could have had that here. And until we finish I-49, I don't think we're going to see the kind of growth that we really should. It truly is, and we'd like to sell it as the energy highway.
Okay.
To bring products and goods here, and to bring our energy elsewhere. So, I saw a lot of companies after Katrina moving out of New Orleans, and negotiated with several of them. And when they were moving out of New Orleans, they were looking around, and their number one criteria was proximity to an interstate. So a lot of them went to the North Shore that probably should have come here. And until we get I-49 done, until you get that label stamped on there, and you get a limited access road all the way across, I don't think you're going to see the type of economic development that we really deserve here.
Right, and coming from, like Lafayette and traveling back to Houma, you could see at some point it gets very dangerous on that corridor, because it goes from, 70 miles an hour to 50 real quickly, and then all of a sudden you have an intersection there.
Right. Well, there's several dangerous sections along through the district. I mean, probably the worst is from the Calumet Cut to the Morgan City Bridge. None of that is limited access. It's one of the oldest sections of Highway 90 that we currently know now. And I pass there almost every day, coming this way, talking to people, and it's just plain dangerous. You almost have to take your life in your hands to jot out in front of the oncoming vehicles.
Right. As a resident of Adeline, and I had asked the same question to another candidate for the district, I'll ask you the same question, and that is, as a resident of St. Mary Parish, since you have to also, you're going to be in Iberia, I guess, and also Lafourche and Terrebonne, what's your message to those residents of the other parishes on why you can best represent them in this district?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm very excited about my opportunity to represent the Houma and Thibodaux areas. I see the potential for these areas to be very great, and I'm very excited about that. I consider this whole district to be my parish. I mean, this is an area that has great potential, and just real excited about getting a chance to represent them. And, I mean, now that I've gotten to know the people, and I've spent the last year of my life getting around talking to everybody in the district, all corners of it. Joined the SCIA and really got around and meeting a lot of the people, and I think I'd do well representing everyone here.
Okay, very good. And before, when we were off camera, I was asking you a little bit about your personal history and background, that you were from Adeline and that you were a farmer. But the main question I wanted to know is how to pronounce your name, because so many people here were saying Allain, and I want to make sure I was saying it right. It's actually Allain, right?
Allain.
Allain. Okay,
Allain.
I'm still pronouncing it wrong. Okay,
That's okay. Listen, you can call me anything but late to lunch, and we'll be all right.
All right.
No, it's Allain.
Okay.
Old French family name. You know, a lot of people say Allain.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, Mr. Allain, we thank you very much for joining us on the program. We look forward to seeing you maybe in a future debate on the show, which
Sure.
we oftentimes have between the other candidates who may qualify for the race. When is actually qualifying going to be for this? Is that at the end of August?
yeah, it starts right after Labor Day. I think the 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Okay.
And right after that, we qualify. So that's only about 2 months away. 2 months
Okay.
and a few days away.
And then the election?
And the election is October 22nd.
Okay. Well, we thank you for joining us. We appreciate you coming on here and introducing yourself to the public, and we wish you and all the candidates well in the race.
Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome. With that, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll open up the phone lines now. 879-1231, 879-1231, an open topic tonight. Any topic you want to talk about tonight is free game. If you want to talk about the local Senate race, feel free to do so, 879-1231. At 7 o'clock, we will have Lafourche Parish District Attorney Cam Morvaughn on. We'll talk about several issues, one being that synthetic marijuana drug issue, now it being illegal. Two, we'll also talk about the death penalty a little bit. We can't get into the facts of any outstanding cases, if you will, because of ethical laws and also Louisiana state law. We can't talk about the facts of those cases. But in general, on the phone, if you want to talk about the death penalty in general, in light of the Casey Anthony trial, in light of several death penalty cases we have here, if you just want to give your opinion on the death penalty in general, you can feel free to call and give us your opinion on that. What we'll do is we'll take a short break. When we return, we'll open up the phone lines.